for our task, we decided as a group to talk about Porter's five forces and SWOT analysis on Tesco's. As a group, we decided collectively to come up with this together, and we believe this was the best option for us. The bargain powers of customers is relatively high as the switching costs in the retail industry are low. Tesco's is a company that values themselves for a good product range and a good customer service for the customer's needs and wants. Tesco's knows how it is very easy for a customer to switch to another retailer if they are not satisfied after coming away from their shop. As already stated, the power of grocery customers is high in the UK due to so many competitors, and some of these competitors are cheap as well. This requires Tesco to keep its prices low that impacts on profit margins. However, Tesco's attract 80 million customers on a weekly basis, according to the stat from Tesco themselves in 2018, and this will slightly reduce customers' bargaining power.
Tesco's are key players in the retail industry, selling a wide range of products to their consumers. Consumers tend to be brand loyal and have a particular favourite when shopping, but due to the rapid technological advances, companies are spending more money on advertising and online services, which could suggest substitution for products or services could be on the horizon in the future. But in general, I think substitution in the retail sector is not a major threat, as Tesco offer high quality products for a fairly low price and are continuing to open local express stores to reduce available entry for substitution in the market. Obviously, we need food to survive, but perhaps the potential threat of substitution for Tesco in the future is that people will produce more food themselves. Given advances in technology, this could be made a lot more accessible for families, allowing them to drive down their weekly shopping costs. To overcome this, Tesco would need to strategize their brand to meet the changing consumers' needs. For example, some consumers' priorities could be a seamless service, and therefore Tesco could maybe develop their online business further to accommodate for this, because if customer satisfaction is high, then they will be discouraged from shopping around.
Power of suppliers. Suppliers have a power to influence price, as well as the availability of resources inputs. Suppliers are most powerful when companies are dependent on them and cannot switch to other suppliers because of a higher costs or lack of alternative sources. As a major retailer who would account for a large portion of their supplier's business, Tesco is in a good position to influence the price they pay for their goods. For example, Tesco's fruit and veg department will be able to drive suppliers down because of these commodities are regularly available for many suppliers. Tesco's can therefore select their suppliers based on cost, delivery times and good quality. There are other commodities such as mobile phones where Tesco does not purchase a percentage of the overall product offered, and in these cases will have to have the same influence over price and availability.
Threat of new entry. Porter suggests that new entrants to an industry bring new capacity, and the desire to gain market share puts the pressure on prices, costs, and the rate of new investment necessary to compete. Tesco have had the biggest percentage of market share of 27%. For many years, with Tesco having an oligopoly market structure, it suggests that for firms to compete and get higher than Tesco, it would come with a lot of new barriers of entry. With Tesco being the lead in the market, it was cost a lot of time and money for new competition to enter the market. The Big Four. There's Big Four are Tesco, Sainsbury's, Asda and Morrison's, which is from the BBC News. With consideration of other supermarkets, these four seem to have the most market share and the most amount of customers. However, Tesco is still seen as a top retailer. With reference of threats of new entry, it would still be a challenge for any retailer to get into this area, especially to compete with Tesco. They would have many barriers to pass, such as this would be anything from creating more shops to build up the market share, or even having to pay so much money to compete with the Big Four, which will reduce profits overall and create higher costs. With the threat to Tesco of a new entry, it can create rivalry as Tesco will want to stay at the top. Furthermore, new entrants can disrupt established players in a particular market and directly affect the competitive advantage. This can create Tesco having to spend more money by creating more offers and also bringing more stores onto the market to keep up to the market share they already have.
So one way Tesco can experience competition is through location. Tesco faces a lot of competition from the big retailers such as Aldi and Sainsbury's, just like Libby mentioned, with all stores being located in quite close proximity to one another, which is most likely aimed at attracting similar target markets, but obviously it does increase competition amongst the brands. Although healthy competition will benefit consumers, and Tesco has been seen to be a consistent leader with the highest market share of 27%. I don't think this is too threatening. Another way Tesco can experience competition is through their branding and styling. With increased demand for basic commodities and a huge rise in online social media users, brands are spending more money on advertising and restyling online platforms to make the shopping experience more attractive. By understanding their customers' behaviours and interests, the budget spent on branding should hopefully materialise into sales for Tesco. I'd say the majority of the competition we see is from things like branding, but we don't really see much competition on price.
In conclusion, there is little stopping consumers from switching to other supermarkets and retailers, and therefore Tesco needs to maintain high focus on price, product quality, product availability and customer service to maintain its market share. To help with this, Tesco needs to maintain good relations with its supplier base to ensure they get it the best deal possible in terms of cost, delivery and availability, whilst recognising the need for their suppliers to make a reasonable profit. The recent emergence of Lidl and Aldi has increased competition and Tesco needs to implement strategies to deal with this threat. E.g., for example, they have launched Jack stores or planning and launching Jack stores up and down the UK to rival Lidl and Aldi.
So now we move on to the SWOT analysis. So I'm talking about strengths. So one of the main strengths for Tesco would be that a large network of retail stores make shopping convenient for customers as well as taking market share from competitors. This implies that with Tesco being a dominant leader in the market, owning 27%, they're able to attract more customers with the fact that having more stores in the UK compared to other competition, consumers will choose them as they are more local than others and will not need to travel as far. With technology impacting the world massively today, this will give Tesco the push to stay on top of competitors and is a strength that would be appreciated widely. With them implementing this service, consumers may choose this option if they do not have time to wait in a queue, which is giving customers the opportunity to shop and pay without scanning or a product or using checkout. With consumers having this advantage in Tesco, it displays that Tesco has trust in customers, which will attract customers to return. So with Tesco having a wide variety of products at different prices, one strength that sets Tesco out is opening the stores of Jack's. Opening of Jack's stores was created for people who want Tesco products but lower prices like Aldi or Lidl. Jack's is a shop with minimum shelves and the use of pallets to store products. This gives Tesco the ability to offer this service and then attracts more customers to be able to either shop at Tesco or Jack's depending on their disposable income.
Although you look at a business such as Tesco's and believe they would have very little or any weakness in their organisation, it's very clear after a bit of research I found out there was always weaknesses in the business. Although it's so much success in the UK, Tesco's actually failed in Japan and the USA after trading almost 9 years in Japan. It had to close its operations back in 2012. Again, likewise with the USA, it was also shut down the same year as Japan. These big failures demonstrate that Tesco have a massive weakness of understanding the overseas market and has not yet, as to this day, found the correct solution. Going back to the Tesco's in the UK, they also saw failures back in 2015 in January. The business named 43 stores they had to close down across the country, and this action put 2,000 jobs at risk, employees wondering if they still have a job or not the following weeks to come. The market share has also gone down as well as due to the flexibility, product quality issues and competitors. Tesco's was also caught selling several good items past their use-by date as 3 stores in Birmingham. This affected the brand of Tesco's massively. As a grocery shop, you don't want the reputation of selling food past the use-by date. They were then fined £7.5 million.
So some opportunities for Tesco. They have many strategic opportunities. So this could be partnerships with other brands. For example, in the past, Tesco have partnered with Apple and they've substituted certain products for Apple phones to encourage people to shop in their stores. Another could be market growth. This could be through the expansion of their online presence, home delivery services, or maybe through their mobile phone app, which is in trials at the moment, where you can literally go into the store and order from your phone without having to visit a checkout till. They could expand their Jack's business. I think Toby spoke about this earlier, but Jack's is a discount chain named after Tesco's founder, Jack Cohen, aimed at providing a cost-effective and value-orientated way of shopping for consumers. Then lastly, they could venture into different markets. They already have many things in their stores like opticians, so they could go further than this and become a one-stop shop in the future, or perhaps they could even expand geographically. They've already got stores in 11 countries worldwide, but perhaps this could be increased in the future to assert even more dominance in the retail industry.
The threats that could influence Tesco are employees going on strike in busy periods. This means there will be dissatisfied customers due to a lack of customer service, and this can lead to them shopping with Tesco's competitors. Another threat is Brexit. This will create a negative effect on Tesco's supply chain, and this would lead to no products being available to buy in stores, so customers will resort to a different supermarket. Another threat is COVID-19. This can be a threat because Tesco lost 900 million profit to continue trading through the pandemic, and this money could be used to purchase more supply for their customers, or even invest the money into new technology to enhance the business, which will attract more customers. In conclusion to the SWOT analysis, Tesco is a leading brand in the market and has many strengths to compete with their competitors, and this will attract more customers. Tesco can do this by using technology and their advantage to stay on top in the industry. However, its weaknesses can come from a lack of quality control and leadership change through opening stores overseas. The weaknesses are also common for other supermarkets, so Tesco have the opportunity to be in the lead. Although Tesco has ongoing threats due to Brexit and COVID, they created opportunities to help with these issues by moving the business online and even venturing into new markets. Overall, it shows Tesco can turn a crisis into a new opportunity of growth.